Packers Nation. Something big is happening in Green Bay, and the front office just sent a massive message to the entire NFL. What's up, everybody? Victor here, and welcome back to Packers Nation Report. And today, we've got two huge stories that, when you connect the dots, clearly show where this franchise is headed next. First, let's talk about a move that completely sets the tone for the future. The Packers just locked in their top decision makers with long-term extensions. No drama, no hesitation, just full commitment. This tells us one thing loud and clear. The organization fully believes in the current vision, the current process, and the current leadership. Since this group took over, the Packers have averaged over 11 wins per season, made multiple playoff appearances, and rebuilt the roster into one of the youngest and most talented cores in the entire league, even after a tough playoff exit. The message from the top was simple: we believe in this direction, and we're going Elin, and once that foundation is locked in, now comes the aggressive part. Because according to multiple league insiders, the Packers are now being seen as one of the top landing spots for a former Super Bowl winning defensive star. A player who last season allowed under 50% completions, ranked top 10 in coverage grade, and recorded multiple interceptions, including a pick six. Let that sink in. This is exactly the type of playmaker this defense has been missing. Last season, Green Bay finished near the bottom of the league in total takeaways. That's not just a stat, that's a playoff killer. And adding a proven elite veteran with championship experience could instantly transform this defense from solid to dangerous. So today, we're breaking it all down. Why these front office extensions change everything, what this mystery free agent target could bring to Green Bay, and how all of this points to the Packers being ready to make a serious Super Bowl push. But before we jump in, real Packers fans, do me a favor, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and help us reach 1,500 subscribers so we can keep building the strongest Packers community on YouTube. Alright, Packers Nation, let's get into it. Because we've got some huge breaking offseason news that could seriously upgrade one of the biggest weaknesses on this Packers roster. According to CBS Sports and the Sporting News, the Green Bay Packers are one of the top teams linked to former Super Bowl champion cornerback Jamal Dean. Yes, that Jamal Dean. And trust me, if the Packers can pull this off, it could completely change the identity of our defense in 2026. But there's competition. The Steelers, 49ers, and Jets are all in the mix. So today, we're breaking down why Green Bay wants Jamal Dean, what he would bring to this defense, and whether the Packers can realistically beat out Pittsburgh for his signature. Before we jump in, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to Packers Nation Report so we can reach our massive goal of 1,500 subscribers. If you're a real Packers fan, this is the place to be. Alright, let's dive in. Why the Packers desperately need a corner. Let's start with the brutal truth. The Packers defense forced just 14 turnovers in 2025, tied for the fourth fewest in the entire NFL. That's unacceptable, especially when you look at how many close games we lost. We struggled badly on the perimeter in man coverage, creating takeaways, closing games. The cornerback room simply did not deliver. The trio of Nate Hobbs, Kyseian Nixon, Carrington Valentine left a lot to be desired. Inconsistent coverage, missed assignments, limited ball production. This defense needs a playmaker. And that's where Jamal Dean enters the conversation. Who is Jamal Dean and why he makes sense? Jamal Dean is one of the most underrated corners in the league. A former Super Bowl champion with the Buccaneers, Dean is coming off one of the best coverage seasons of his career. Let's talk numbers. 49.2% completion rate allowed, second best of his career. 63.1 passer rating allowed, second best of career. 3 interceptions, including a pick six. 9 PFF coverage grade, ranked 9th among all NFL cornerbacks. That is elite production. He's physical, long, fast, aggressive at the catch point, and, most importantly, he takes the football away. Something this Packers defense desperately lacks. Why he fits perfectly in Green Bay, Jamal Dean would instantly become CB1 in Green Bay. He would lock down one side of the field, allow Nixon to play more in the slot, reduce pressure on Valentine, improve our third down defense, and most importantly, he would help fix our turnover problem. Imagine Jair Alexander, Jamal Dean, Kyseian Nixon in the slot that suddenly becomes a dangerous secondary, one that can actually change games. The big concern, injury history now, we have to be honest. The biggest concern with Dean is availability. He has never played a full season in his entire career. The most games he's ever played in a single season. 15. That's risky. But when he's healthy, he's one of the best corners in football. So this becomes a risk versus reward decision. Why the Steelers might have the edge, as much as I want Dean in Green Bay. Pittsburgh may have the advantage. Why? More cap space, clear starting role opposite Joey Porter Jr. Stable defensive identity, plus the Steelers desperately need a veteran presence in their secondary. So, from a pure business standpoint, Pittsburgh might be the safer landing spot. But Green Bay can offer a young ascending roster, a Super Bowl window, a chance to be the missing piece, my honest take as a Packers fan. If the Packers are serious about fixing this defense, creating turnovers, competing for championships, then Jamal Dean should be near the top of their free agent list. Yes, there's injury risk, but this defense desperately needs playmakers, not just Bodies. And Dean is a difference maker. Packers Nation, should Green Bay go all in? Now, I want to hear from you. Should the Packers go Elon on Jamal Dean? Look for cheaper options? Focus on the draft instead? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. Now we've got huge organizational news that will shape the future of the Green Bay Packers for years to come. The Packers have officially extended the contracts of head coach Matt Lafleur, general manager Brian Gutekunst, and executive VP Russ Ball. That means stability, continuity, and a clear long-term vision. And after the heartbreak we just lived through in the playoffs, this move sends a very strong message about where this franchise believes it's headed. So today, we're breaking down why this decision matters, what it means for the Packers' future, and why this could be the foundation for the next Super Bowl run. Before we jump in, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to Packers Nation Report so we can reach our massive goal of 1,500 subscribers. If you bleed green and gold, this channel is for you. All right, let's dive in. The big announcement, stability at the top. On January 30th, the Packers officially announced multi-year contract extensions for head coach Matt Lafleur, general manager Brian Gutekunst, executive VP and director of football operations Russ Ball. And this was the first major move by the new Packers CEO Ed Policy. That alone tells you how much trust this organization has in this leadership group. Policy made it very clear in his statement. We are excited to extend our commitment to Brian, Matt, and Russ as the leaders of our football operations. While we are disappointed with the way this season ended, we remain aligned in purpose and confident we have the right people to achieve our goal. Translation: this front office and coaching staff are here to win championships. Why this matters after such a painful ending? Let's be honest, Packers Nation, that playoff loss to Chicago was brutal. One of the most painful collapses in franchise history. And when something like that happens, organizations often panic, fire coaches, blow everything up. But Green Bay did the opposite. They chose stability, trust, long-term vision, and honestly, that's the right call. Matt Lafleur, the winningest coach start ever since taking over in 2019, Matt Lafleur has been one of the most successful head coaches in NFL history through his first 7 seasons. Let's talk facts. Multiple 13-win seasons, consistent playoff appearances, NFC Championship games. Rebuilt the offense after Aaron Rodgers developed Jordan Love into a franchise QB. His career winning percentage is among the best in league history. Yes, playoff success still needs improvement, but you do not fire elite coaches because of one collapse. You build on their foundation. Brian Gutekunst, the architect of this roster, Gutekunst took over in 2018 and completely reshaped this franchise. He transitioned from Rodgers to Love, rebuilt the defense, built a young core, maintained competitiveness, draft hits. Jordan Love, Rashawn Gary, Hare Alexander, Key Walker, Christian Watson, and while not every move has been perfect, Gutekunst has consistently kept the Packers competitive. That's not easy. Russ Ball, the salary cap master Russ Ball, is one of the most important people in this entire organization, even if fans don't always realize it. He's the mastermind behind contract structures, salary cap management, long-term flexibility in a league where bad contracts destroy franchises. Ball has helped keep Green Bay financially stable for decades. What this means for the future, this move tells us. The Packers are fully committed to Jordan Love. The window is open. This team believes a championship is within reach. The leadership structure is locked in. Now the focus becomes fixing the defense, creating cap flexibility, making bold off-season moves. This is about finishing the job. My honest take as a Packers fan, I love this move. In a league driven by emotion, Green Bay stayed calm, logical, and strategic. They didn't panic. They doubled down on stability culture, vision. That's championship behavior. Packers Nation, do you agree with this decision? Now, I want to hear from you. Do you agree with extending Matt Lafleur, Brian Gutekunst, Russ Ball, or would you have changed something? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk football. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Packers Nation Report so we can reach 1,500 subscribers. This is Victor, and as always, go Pack Go.